Salutations everybody, it is Matty here today, and if there's one thing you need to know about yours truly, it's that I become easily nostalgic. That's not much of a secret considering the fact that I used to run a series on my channel called Nostalgia Trip, where I'd actually go back and play games from my childhood and share them with you guys and enjoy them together. And we've been talking a lot about Bethesda Fallout lately, and it got me thinking about the journey that is Fallout 4. When I was reminiscing on it, I thought to myself, what's really strange about Fallout 4? Now, I'm not in the hate train for Fallout 4. I've said it before, I really like the game, but it's definitely not what it could have been. Let's not get into that conversation. What I want to talk about today is what I miss about Fallout 4. And when I get nostalgic, I usually think to myself of a game like, oh man, I miss that game. I want to go back and do another playthrough of that one. You know, I'll look at my PS2 collection. I'll see, for example, Star Wars Battlefront 2 sitting there. I'll think, man, I just want to go play Galactic Conquest and just do a whole Empire campaign. And I just miss doing that. But it's funny, when I look at one game, I get nostalgic and I want to play the game. But with Fallout 4, it's like I want to rewind time and re-experience the hype train, the discussion, the community effort we had there. Because it's actually not the game I miss. Not because I haven't had time to miss it, I've had plenty of time to miss it. To be honest with you guys, and I've said this before, I don't play Fallout as much because I've been taking a bit of a hiatus from playing Fallout, considering the fact that I burnt myself out on it during that entire hype train. But when I reminisce on Fallout 4, I think to myself that I just really missed the events surrounding it and leading up to Fallout 4, not the game itself. I missed the Survivor 2299, that silly countdown site that really sparked the Fallout 4 interest, that tinderbox to Fallout 4, and everyone since that point in time was constantly asking, where's Fallout 4, when are we getting it, and so on, constantly tracking every single event, every convention you can possibly think of, even Tokyo Game Show I had to look into at one point in time because I was that desperate for Fallout 4. And it's just those types of memories, that, like I said, community effort that I fondly remember about Fallout 4. But it's not going back to the game that I really cherished. And that's what I like about Fallout 4 the most, though, is that the journey to the game was much more exciting, really, when I think about it, than the game itself. Obviously, it was exciting when the game finally came out, playing it through that first time, playing the DLC, interpreting all that stuff, and I'm talking outside the settlement DLC, obviously. But when I really look at it, it's just fascinating compared to how I get nostalgic for other games. I'll look around my room at so many different games and look at games of their past. I have Persona 5 on my shelf and I'll think, man, I want to do another Persona 4 playthrough. I'll look at Ninja Gaiden on my Vita and think, man, I want to go back and play the original one on my original Xbox. I'll see Final Fantasy Type 0 on my PS4 shelf and think, I want to go back and play Final Fantasy 7, just the game that sparked my love for Final Fantasy. You see, hopefully by this point, what I'm getting at, that usually when you get nostalgic for a game, it's the game itself, right? And so for me, I just wanted to vent to you guys, just put my heart out there and say, like, wow, I actually just missed the journey. Obviously, we've moved on past that point. It's old news, but still, there hasn't been anything quite like it, has there? There hasn't been that game where everyone's really hopped on board, no matter what kind of fan they were, whether they were a new Fallout fan, old school Fallout fan, just a current Fallout fan from the Bethesda games and Obsidian's Fallout New Vegas, and they just hopped on at that point in time. Everyone hopped on the same train and was together for the ride. Now, obviously, I'm not going to sit here and act like there weren't any skeptics or people calling bullshit on Bethesda, but for the most part, it was this overwhelming excitement and positivity surrounding the title. And I thought that was really cool, and it's just something that I found interesting when looking back, that it's not the game you miss from Fallout 4, it's just the community, the adventure, and the journey to the game. And I just wanted to share that with you guys because I wanted to see what you think about that. A lot of the videos on this channel revolve around me just putting my thoughts out there on a simple topic and then hearing what you guys have to say and constantly interacting with one another. That's what I really love about this channel, and I love about the community we've built here. So I just really want to hear your thoughts. Do you miss the game of Fallout 4? I know some people will say, it hasn't been long enough, Matty. It hasn't even been 2 years for you to get nostalgic about it. But I think it's easy to get nostalgic even months after a release, where it's like, man, I remember starting up that game for the first time, and I remember fondly sitting in my room. I had a big cup of orange soda, and my parents were sitting right next to me because they knew how excited I was about it, watching me create my character. I fondly remember the opening parts of Fallout 4. And I'd love to hear your thoughts about Fallout 4's journey in the comments down below. Because for me, if I'm going to go start up a new Fallout playthrough, I don't find Fallout 4 the type of replayability that Fallout 3 and New Vegas had, where if I'm starting up a new playthrough, it's probably going to be for one of those games, not 4, just because I didn't find that same replay value there. Anyway, be sure to follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, the links are in the description down below. Do consider supporting my Patreon, it helps fuel all the content we create here. Other than that, stay sexy, stay active, I love you all, peace.